Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. You may notice the audio quality is different. Maybe, anyway. It's because I have to use the new laptop entirely now, because the old laptop has finally kicked the bucket. It doesn't seem to power on at all. It's like I could get it looked at, but, you know, that's very pricey, and I'm not sure if it'd even work out. The only thing is, I forgot to back up some of my music that I've, like, recorded randomly, but never, like, put in my videos or anything like that. I'm like, are you serious? I backed up all the other stuff, but not those? I'm like, that's just typical, that is. So, it's, quite a while since the last record session. I vaguely remember that at the end of the last record session, I off-screen did some level grinding and completed a request, but I didn't really do like a lot of level grinding, really. It's kind of couldn't be bothered. So the current level's Severin, because I just did some level grinding just before recording. You know, in typical fashion, right? I spent about maybe half an hour just looking for all the personas that I've obtained so far, and looking at the fusion calculator as a reference point to which personas I'm missing, basically. So I spent time doing that, and I was like, okay, let's do a bit of level grinding. Level grinding for like maybe quarter an hour or so. Got a game over. Don't underestimate those beetles, man. If they use that at cash arts or wherever the hell it is, they can knock you out, man. That's the thing. This game is so screwy on the balance when it comes to, you know, regular shadows. It can turn in an instant if you got the wrong persona equipped at any given time and they manage to get a good hit in, you are screwed, basically. Which, again, to further emphasize my point about it, that's why I'm dreading the answer, because the answer is all about that kind of stuff, and I don't like it. It's like the story's alright and all, but the gameplay where it's all focused on fighting the toughest, most BS shadows, by the way, that, you know, can one-shot you with one-hit kill moves and stuff like that. Yeah, not gonna be a fun time. So, my objective was to get everyone to level 72, and as you can see, Mitsu's still got a bit to go, and that's kind of gonna ball me, so I guess I'm gonna do a bit of training on screen as well. Gotta get everyone consistent levels, you see. Except for, you know, us and Fuka, because, you know, we level up regardless. One other thing I want to do as well is see about making personas we haven't made before. Trouble is, it's kind of a pain to actually pull off. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was like, what's up with that? It's like, that's because I was on the compendium instead. Ariel's, you know, Randy, right there. You see that move? That cures Berserk. Like, why would I ever need that move? I'll probably replace it with high counter once that gets unlocked. But I found it kind of funny that I actually did end up using it. It's like I was in a battle against some of these arsehole shadows. They inflicted rage on Mitsuru. And I was like, you know what? I've got to equip, why not? So I actually used that ability. It's like, wow, I actually used it. Wild. Also maxed out this one as well. Now he's got Heaven's Bleeds. Thing is, I'm probably going to use it in a fusion, because, you know, a lot of these other fusions that we haven't had require high level stuff, man. I just want to get that compendium as complete as possible. And also, was it a hexagon? It might be. Yeah, is it this one? Now, I think this one might be Susanoo, I think. This one right here, yeah, I think is Thanatos, which is the ultimate persona of the Death Arcana, you know, Susanoo, the ultimate fool. Although, on New Game Plus, I think you unlock, like, a ultimate version of Orpheus of sorts, which is stronger than Susanoo, considerably. But you only get that on New Game Plus, if I recall. Which, I guess, that would be the protagonist canon persona, maybe? I don't know. I think Thanatos is also considered, like, its canon ultimate persona as well. This game is all about death, after all, so the Death Arcana plays a big role here. But look how many personas you need to get that, you know? You need all of the Death Arcana, basically. I'm going on one of them at the moment. What can we fuse? We can make your longer, and we can make your longer again, and we could make Mott, so we could get another one of the Death. We haven't actually made Mott yet. And it's got Takea, we haven't made that one yet. Let's see what combination we get. Anything interesting? Yeah, nothing we can just do with a single fusion, honestly. Might as well check that one as well while we're at it. Fucking Lilith fusions. Nothing we haven't had before. Spell. House. Using creeds. Search. So let's see, so they both can do that, really. It's like I've kept Garuda here because, you know, and look at it, it's pretty OP. So, if I remember to, I mean, every time I've done this, you know, previously, I've not actually, wait, actually, we can make Seth as well, we haven't had Seth. I don't want to get mobs, is the thing. What a dilemma. I'll save it for another time. The power of Max Tower. Also, you know, that's another thing, because I'm using the newer laptop now for the audio commentary as well. I have to figure out how to get it to work with, you know, Windows 11, because it seems Windows 11 was the issue. And so it picks up my fan and stuff a lot more, so there's a lot more sound. Just like, went from, you know, the audio only picking up my voice and only my voice, and sometimes not even that, because depending on the tone of my voice, it'll just kind of cut off. So it went from that to now extreme everything, loads of noise. Pain in the ass, can't win. One thing that I will say is positive about it, I guess, is having to set up two laptops back to back. Setting up the record for this isn't as big a pain in the ass, but it's still tedious because it feels like a science experiment set up with all the stupid leads. I am your number. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's not capitalized fully. As the student socially confuses your longer with power, I wonder what's going on with Bebe these days. Yeah, I can never remember what his, full name was, though. Sure. Let it grow like a snake. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger. Now what could your lung be fused into? Oh, it could actually, funnily enough, become moths. How fitting. But now that I've got the persona, I'm like, do I really want to do that? Guess we could get this way, isn't it? Oh yeah, that was the thing, is I was gonna be able to do that anyway. There was another persona that I could have got, but I wasn't able to. I've already forgotten what it was. So I'm confused back to get Garuda again. Oh yeah, Seth. So I guess you can make Seth out. It surprises me that, I mean, I guess it's because we don't need the Death Arcana for any social links, because, Death Arcana social links part of the story, levels after anime. So I never really need to have a Death Arcana at all times or anything like that, so obviously I didn't end up fusing as much. I am not. I was born of thee and I shall walk by thy side. Especially if you get an MOT. Mysterious voice switching gives you some motive power. Anytime I see a sign for an MOT, I think of this freaking persona every damn time. I'm like, mods. What is that to look like? Just have this as the mascot. Would you get an MOT from this thing? Get an MOT, it mistakes you as being a worshipper of this. It's all seen with the eye. Food 9. Sure. They always just like, I'm gonna change my type entirely. Didn't even resist the light at the end there, seriously? We have got an MOT. Congratulations. Was there anything else I could fuse? Abandon all hope. You went to hell. Can make Samael, it's the weaker one. You know what, actually, let's try to do some, well, obviously, just looking at this, basic math says I cannot, obviously, have enough room to make that persona. At the same time, we could try, maybe, to make Samael. Let's see, Samael. Can get those two. Just filling out the roster here, basically. So what do we need? Robe ass. And have a look at this. Look, you're a snake with a rainbow body from Mungan lore. He is a fertility deity that controls the weather and resides in a holy pond filled with rainbow-colored water. Must make for very trippy sights. What was that other persona I made? It was... oh yes, we got an MOT, I forgot. Of course. The Canaanite god of death. Every year he attempts to kill Baal, the god of fertility. Only to see him raised from the dead with the help of Baal's sister, Anat. All of these can be obtained as personas in this game. I think Anat is there as well, I'm not sure. I mean, did we also talk in the Baal there? Is it the same Baal that is... Zebal? Is this from the same thing? Demon whose name means... no, it's gotta be a different one. How many Baals can there be? Maybe it's a different Baal. Maybe the Baal isn't even here. Maybe Atlas dropped the Baal and not including it. I certainly did by, making a terrible joke. I do apologize. So with this persona, let me see. I've made dual pale red and wild before Alice, so yeah, effectively gotten personas. I am Sabel. You and I are like two sides of the same coin. Remember that. Students boy socially confuses Samael. Was Samael mentioned quite a few times in Silent Hill? Because it's making me think of Silent Hill. The most unexpected crosses, Silent Hill and Shin Megami Tensei. Or maybe that wouldn't really be all that surprising, given how dark, the Shin Megami Tensei series can get. Kind of fitting. Yeah, let's actually have a look at this then. So... Lao. I'm pretty sure I've got Lao, right? That's the weird skull. Oh, I've got the 3 highest level of the deaf ones, and I'd need the 3 weaker ones, so I'd need 2 additional slots to be able to make Thanatos. It's like I was just gonna the original plan was just leave Tartarus, but I'm gonna be doing a bit of, fighting anyway to get the series level up. But now we're like nearly 20 minutes in, and it's like, what, change your plans. I mean, the plan remains the same. It's just, there's a bit more fusion than I was expecting it to be, because I'm like, you know what, maybe we should do that. Maybe I should also, register those personas before I end up, fusing something together. Scroll down pretty far. Samael, a mysterious angel with the name Poison of God. He is often shown as a serpent. Opinions differ on whether he is fallen or not, but either way he is linked with death. Well, actually, let's see any other personas down this. Actually, how do we get ones from like the tower and stuff like that? Or maybe the Aeon. The Aeon would be one to look at. Or maybe not, because they require some bullshit personas. I'm just gonna be sticking with Uriel for now on that, I guess. What else have we got? I've surprisingly, let me just confirm that, because that's kind of insane that I have not obtained that. Where is it? Yeah, I've got all the Emperor, right? Got even the ultimate, but I've somehow overlooked the wrong. How the hell did I manage that? Are you serious? That means I'll have to freaking use mop for that, and... oh man, really? The things you do to fill out the roster here, so we need one from the Hierophant, which we are on, in fact. No, actually, no, I was looking at the wrong fusion, but this one would have actually been perfect for that, but no, we're looking at Priestess, which I think I've gone past. So we need Pavati. What to say about you, anyway? Beautiful goddess of love is one of Shiva's wives in Hindu mythology. She won Shiva's love overcoming his acid baptism. So he has many wives. You tell me I could make the wrong with frickin' Alice as well? How you frickin' doing now, though? Fuck that. I would have thought that I'd get this in a shuffle time or something, but nope. I am Baron. I am resolved to be your strength. I have the resolve to look through all these different fusions that I have to read to see which ones to actually follow with. Invigorate this. It's like, yeah, automatically at the start of battle, it's like, but what is it? I don't know what it actually does. I hate when they don't explain that. It's like, we assume you know what this ability does. So, you know, it gives the auto version of it. Wait, why the hell have you got Mudo Boost anyway? Did you inherit that? You don't even have any Mudo moves. In fact, you're the complete opposite. You need to endure darkness because you're weak to it. What a logical thing to have. What can Barong be made into? That's a good one. I like... How's the moon looking these days? Well, I haven't got Seth yet, have I? That's something I could try to get, maybe. Barong is of the Emperor. But I ain't seen it amongst these fusions. Which is unfortunate, but understandable. And of course, the ultimate of the moon also requires 5 personas. Let's have a look. No. such a dumbass, I clicked the wrong button. Well, not the wrong button, but the wrong option. The wrong button. So, well, not button, you idiot, I meant, you know, option. Got any missing temples? I think I have. Yeah, I'm missing Snaryu and Okunuishi and Byakko. Somehow overlooked those ones. Any of these personas can be fused possibly with the Emperor, maybe, yes, no, evidently not. At least not the one we've got. How about the O? Oh wait, yeah, we can make it with that Barong and Huapo. We can do that one. What's your story again? A spirit of Chinese folklore who dwells in trees used for hangings. What an uplifting backstory. She is smaller than a human and cannot speak, but her voice is said to be as clear as a bird's song. So she... I guess it means she can, you know, vocalize, but she can't actually speak. Bloody hell, how are we up to 27 minutes? I felt like it wasn't even that long ago that I was saying we're close to 20 minutes. How the hell did that happen? Jesus Christ. It's taken forever. How the hell did I not make this persona before? I guess it's because, you know, some social links I didn't really need to have constantly, so, you know. Well, even then, I usually just kind of stick to just one persona, just keep it down. I am Okunuishi. I will be your shining blade. So maybe a few minutes. Not actually be used ever. Be used in fusion. Fire boost. Why would you stagnate? That's terrible. It's illogical. You don't even use anything like that. It's like the last move gets replaced by the last move every time. And what can you be fused into, brother? You can be fused... Now, you can make Seth as well. But the trouble is, we'd have to... Well, I could always get it back from... You know... the compendium, I guess, but no. Wait, have we got Chernobyl? Have we got this one? I think so. Yeah, I remember it now. We did get that. So we can make Seth doing this. Let's first register it. a Kujitsu deity of Japanese mythology that governs agriculture and medicine, said to have built the country of Izumo with Susanoo's daughter, Suzerine. So then, if you're all about agriculture and medicine, why do you have a sword? Well, you gotta defend it, man. Freaking people come and destroying our crops and shit. Oh wait, yeah, we can get it from here, can we? That's no place. Tremendous power. I wonder what we could with old Seth here. 7 of them. Well, it can be used with Laxmi and Atrabos to make Needhogger or whatever, which is, you know, the next step up in the Aeon. But that's just too much effort. What else could it possibly be used with? Actually, how about that? Oh, is he using that? Nah, the next level up from that is way too high maintenance. Too costly. Doesn't seem to be used there. And how about the ultimate of the Empress? No appearance whatsoever. What I find strange is there's actually a low-level fortune persona that I haven't got yet, which is crazy. How about Attis? Oh, that requires a specific fusion of many. How about Sandalphone? No, that one's much the same, I guess. It's like I'm trying to think ahead here, you know. What could I use Seth in a fusion to maximize? I could make Ganesha. Anyways, I am Seth. I was born of thee, and I shall walk by thy side, even though you are going to just use me in a fusion. You bastards. You'll make King socially. I'll make a call me out of you, you bastards. I'm like... I guess I'm Yellow Eyes Black Dragon and not Red Eyes. Like I'm a cool-ass dragon man. Not as in I'm a dragon man, but, you know, dragon, comma, man. Something's gonna happen to Hannah, man. It's gonna be... infuriated. He's infuriated that we would use him in a fusion. Like, you've just created me just to be another pawn in the fusion. I will have none of that. It's all about that fire and nullifying the ice. He's no longer infuriated with himself to this. And Seth. Oh, so even right there. It does mean I'll have to use Samael, but hey, you know, I can just get it back out immediately, you know? It all works out. Kind of. Man, these are gonna be super expensive personas if I ever want to freaking get them again from the compendium, because they're gonna be so high level. Yeah, what was I looking for? Well, thinking of looking for a Rowler. Like, I might as well get the other ones while we're at it, you know? And So get Ghoul. Get Pale Rider. And we'll need an additional slot for Low. Or Low, however you pronounce that. What's your story, Seth? The Egyptian god of the deserts. Well, you certainly had a lot of ground to cover there. Chaos and evil, and also chaos and evil. That's quite something. He murdered his brother Osiris, and tried to become chief god, but was castrated by Osiris' son Horus. How fitting, the contrast, you know, it's of the moon, Horus of the sun. And it's ironically the sun as well, because it's the son of Osiris. Is Osiris even one in this game? Wait, Horus, yeah, Horus is of the sun. So base level for the moon, we got Seth, whose base level is 66 versus Horus, whose base level is 63. I think Horus kind of got screwed. He was the underdog in this feud, clearly. But he came out on top. Well, Seth sounds like a bit of a dick. Sounds a bit like a Mara, if you ask me. If you know that persona. That persona is actually in this game, by the way. For whatever reason, I can't remember if it changed the Arcana in other games, but it's of the Tower Arcana in this game. Yeah, this one has a specific fusion as well. You need Attis, which is, you know, the ultimate persona of the Hangman Arcana. Are you serious? Commander of the Hermit, Pazuzu of the Devil, Knot of Death, Incubus of Devil, to be able to make the Penis Chariot of the Tower. And yeah, it's not even the ultimate persona of the Tower, but it needs the ultimate persona of the Hangman to make that. That doesn't make sense. You know what also doesn't make sense about that? That makes this even more jarring? Is that Attis requires 5 personas to fuse. They really hit that penis chariot in this game. It was a lot more obtainable in Persona 5, I'll tell you that much. When I first encountered that, I was like, what the fuck? That is a legit thing? Maybe that's why it's so hard to obtain in, no pun intended, like Persona 3 and all that. It's like, hey, we're getting these localized in the West, you know, if they see this thing, they're gonna be asking questions like, why is there a penis chariot in this game? And we'll just make it difficult to obtain it, you know, you gotta be real specific with the fusion to obtain that. You know, at some point, we gotta freaking fuse that bastard. I don't know if it'll be, like, in the main playthrough once we get to the answer. Maybe I'll experiment with, like, you know, making all other fusions and stuff. Because this is taking up a lot of time to do this, you know. So what was I doing? Yes, Sif and Samael to get Demisha. But then, I still need to clear up a slot anyway, so, it's a pain in the ass. Let me just double check. I did, it should just make you think of like a piggyback or something. Elephants. A dragon becomes an elephant. I am Ganesha. I was born of thee, and I shall walk by thy side for a few minutes. At most. I have a giant belly. I'm just picturing this thing getting absolutely wasted on alcohol. There we read its description. It's like, actually, that's not far from the truth, actually. Doing all this, right, and the thing is, I'm gonna freaking forget what personas I need to get back, you know? Well, you don't need fire amp because you don't even have any fire. In fact, yeah, you don't have that. That's the only thing you got is the wings. What a weird collection of moves. Most of which aren't really moves. What may be fused into? Well, nothing we haven't already obtained, it seems. That's the trouble with that. We need 3 slots freed up now. We've already obtained that. We could make Miller Harlots. Like, Cert's been there a long time though, and I'll probably forget to freaking add him back in. This is such a clusterfuck to make these personas, man. I mean, granted, we could just, you know, exit and get rid of the personas manually instead of using them in Fusion, but, you know, it's best to make the most out of it, you know? Make them into fusions that you've not obtained before. So that was, I've already forgot. He shows it. The elephant-headed god is wondering if he was originally created by Bravati to prevent anyone from watching her bathe. Shiva batted his head off, but replaced it with an elephant's head. So, Shiva wanted to get a good peek, I take it. So that was Ganesha, Gabriel, Certs. Remember that one time I tried to fusion and got a fusion accident that ended up being Bal or whatever the hell it was called. It's like, I'm not even bothering to look at the moves it's inheriting. I'm just like, well, you know, you're a cool persona and all. In fact, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure it's the ultimate persona of the Empress in Persona 5, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. And yet, in this one, it's not actually the ultimate persona of this Arcana, which is strange. You kind of clearly, you know, you got promoted in later games. I am a Luhalit and I am yours. It's Susan. It's just now occurred to me, so Haru from Persona 5, I think, was the Empress social link in that game. So Haru and Mitsuru, I wonder how they'd interact. Maybe they have interacted in a spin-off at this point, you know, they'd be milking stuff like that. I guess it's fitting that they have these, you know, moves like this, because, you know, Mitsuru loves to spam these kinds of moves, you know, that flip ailments and stuff. Why not? Death Bounds. Absorb Ice. Well, that makes Null Ice completely redundant, doesn't it? So I guess we can replace Null Ice with Ailment Burst. Now you're going to nullify Fire, which is nice. could you be fused into? Pazuzu, Sabayon. I've probably haven't obtained before. So what do we need now? So we got Allen School, Pale Rider. What ones are missing? We're missing Lao, Samael, and Mort. Which we can, you know, get them. Known as the Whore of Babylon, riding a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, she carries the golden cup of abominations and the filth of her acts. Well, I mean, you know, that makes it like even more questionable if this is the ultimate persona of this Arcana in Persona 5. They're kind of like mixing raising eyebrows, like Haru? He's like the most innocent character ever, and that's the ultimate persona. I mean, it isn't her ultimate persona, but I think it's the ultimate persona of the Empress, and that was her Arcana. How unfitting! It's the complete polar opposite there. My God, we're nearly up to 48 minutes. It's like, at least get this out of the way in one part. For God's sake. We must make the fusion. We must make Thanatos. We must. This is an interesting combination. If you prefer Mexicans ready for the following results. Thanatos! Let's actually make it. You can learn die for me, really? It's kind of wild. Maybe that was a what? Okay, die. Yeah, sure, that was. Very powerful. I'm pretty sure this was the persona we see near the start of the game. Yeah, when we first awaken to our persona, this is the persona he actually selects. So, at long last, it returns to us. I am Thanatos. I was born of thee, and I shall walk by thy side. Serious boy, socially confuses Thanatos with ultimate power. It's kind of funny though, our starter in Persona was Orpheus, but Orpheus isn't even used in this fusion, but we clearly use Thanatos in that cutscene, you know? Implying that this is our true ultimate Persona. But then again, on New Game Plus, I guess it would also be that Super Orpheus one as well. Which you only got on New Game Plus. Well, I think we got a bit too overkill on the Mudos here, you know? What the hell is that? One hates Sword Master makes it sound like a glitch. Oh, hell no. It better be something good. Ah. What the hell, man? Break my balls. At least tell me what your 1 hour Sword Master is all about. What the hell does it even mean? Does it just mean you get a boost with swords? Of course. Increases attack power while in range. I can't believe that it inherited die for me. We've got to see what that looks like when Thanatos uses it, because my god, that's gotta look ridiculous. Son of Predators emerged from the Sea of Soul. It only took you 50 minutes to get to this point, but you weren't originally going to get to this point anyway. Let's just have a look at his description, and that'll be the cutoff point where we, switch to the next part in this recording session. Come on, man, I don't like the video going over 50 minutes, but we gotta see what Thanatos is all about. What are you all about, Mr. Thanatos? The Greek god of death. He is the son of Nyx. Oh my god, we know that name. And the brother of Hypnos. He is depicted as a young man with an inverted torch and a wreath of butterfly in his hands. The butterfly theme, it all comes together, even though that's been there since the first Persona game, because it's Filemon really. He became a butterfly in later games, instead of just it being a symbolic thing. And, it's the son of Nyx. Only the son of Nyx can defeat the mother, Nyx. It all works, it all comes together. It's fitting, it's symbolic. And now onto our regular schedule of whatever the hell we're doing. Registering results.